Welcome back to Old Coin History, where we uncover the stories and hidden values behind the world's coins. Today, we dive into the 1984 United States quarter dollar. Is it just pocket change, or could it be worth more than you think? Let's find out. The 1984 quarter is part of the long-running Washington Quarter series, first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. The design by John Flanagan features a left-facing profile of George Washington on the obverse, with the word Liberty above and In God We Trust to the left. Below the bust is the year, in this case, 1984. On the reverse, we see the American bald eagle, wings outspread, holding arrows and an olive branch. The words United States of America curve above, with E pluribus unum just beneath, and quarter dollar at the bottom. The 1984 quarter was minted in 3 different U.S. mint locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark, over 676 million minted; Denver, marked with a D, over 546 million minted; San Francisco, minted as proofs with an S. Approximately 3.3 million produced due to the high mintage numbers. Most 1984 quarters are common. But as always, the condition and variety can change everything. In circulated condition, like the ones you'd find in your pocket, the 1984 quarter is generally only worth face value, about 25 cents. But in uncirculated or mint state condition, the value increases $MS60 to MS63 $1 to $3 MS64 to MS65 $5 to $15 MS66 or higher $20 up to $150 plus proof coins, San Francisco S. around $1 to $5. Depending on cameo quality, the finest known 1984 D Washington quarter graded MS67 Plus by PCGS sold for over $1,000 at auction due to its pristine condition and rarity at that grade. These varieties are rare, but if you spot one, it could be worth $50 to several $100, depending on the error. To identify whether your 1984 quarter is valuable, check for the mint mark. Examine the coin's luster and sharpness. Look closely for any errors using a magnifying glass or loupe. Compare with professional grading standards. Visit sites like PCGS, NGC, or use apps like CoinSnap for initial evaluations if you have a high-grade 1984 quarter or a known error variety. Consider getting it graded by a service like PCGS or NGC. Grading can add credibility and value, especially if you plan to sell it. However, if it's just a regular circulated coin, it's best to keep it in your collection or spend it, unless you just love collecting. The 1984 U.S. quarter may be common, but it still holds value, historically, numismatically, and sometimes even financially. Always check your change. You never know what treasure might be hiding in plain sight. Sure. Here's a long script for a YouTube channel video that explains the condition of the 1984 United States quarter dollar, suitable for numismatics or coin enthusiast audiences. This focuses specifically on coin grading, wear and tear, and how condition affects value. It all comes down to its condition. Let's explore. The 1984 U.S. quarter is part of the Washington Quarter series. On the front, or obverse, you'll find the portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. On the reverse, an eagle with outstretched wings perches on a bundle of arrows with olive branches underneath. Now, the real question is, how can you tell if your 1984 quarter is just pocket change or something worth keeping? The answer lies in its condition. The condition of a coin directly affects its value in the collector's market. A 1984 quarter found in everyday circulation will usually be worn, scratched, and may have dings or discoloration. This is called circulated condition, and it's usually only worth face value, 25 cents. But if your coin shows no signs of wear, sharp details, and full luster, then you're looking at what's called a mint state coin, and those can be worth dollars instead of cents. Let's break down the grading scale to better understand this. Coin condition is measured on the Sheldon scale, which ranges from poor, P1, to perfect mint state, MS70. Here's a simplified version, P1 to G4, poor to good **, very worn, hard to identify details, VG, 8 to F12, very good to fine **, still heavily worn, but legends and devices visible, VF, 20 to EF, 45, very fine to extremely fine **, moderate wear. Details still clear, -50 Australian dollars to -58 Australian dollars, about uncirculated **, slight signs of wear, almost like new MS60 to MS70, mint state ***, no wear, looks fresh from the mint. MS-70 is perfect, 1984 quarter in MS-65 condition, meaning it's uncirculated with very few marks, can sell for $20 to $50 or more, depending on the buyer and the market, be careful. Some coins may look shiny but have been cleaned, and that actually lowers their value. Collectors prefer natural toning over artificial polishing. Watch out for scratches, Polish marks, dents, and rim damage. Even a potentially valuable coin can lose its worth if it's been mishandled or improperly cleaned. To keep your coins in top condition, store them in acid-free holders, 2x2 flips, or coin capsules. Avoid touching them with bare hands. Use cotton gloves, keep them in a dry, cool place away from humidity. Taking these small steps can make a huge difference if you ever plan to sell or grade your coins. Recently, a 1984 D quarter graded MS-67 sold for over $1,000 at auction. While these top-grade coins are rare, they do exist, and they can come from pocket change. Most 1984 quarters in MS-65 condition are worth around $15 to $30. Still a great return from something you might find in your change jar. To recap, the 1984 US quarter is a common coin, but if found in high grade, especially MS-65 or higher, it can be worth far more than face value. The key is condition. To understand the 1984 quarter, we have to go back to 1932, the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The U.S. Mint needed a design to honor the first president, and so the Washington quarter was born. Originally intended as a one-year commemorative coin, it became a permanent fixture, replacing the standing Liberty quarter. The design by sculptor John Flanagan features a profile of Washington on the obverse and a bald eagle on the reverse, two enduring American symbols. By 1984, the Washington quarter had already been in circulation for over 50 years. The U.S. economy in the early 80s was bouncing back from a recession. Coins were being minted in the hundreds of millions to meet growing demand, and the 1984 quarter was no exception. More than 1.2 billion quarters were minted in 1984 between Philadelphia and Denver, making it one of the most widely produced coins of its time. These numbers show that the coin was part of everyday commerce, but those minted in San Francisco were special, struck with extra care for collectors. The obverse side of the coin carries John Flanagan portrait of George Washington. Above his head is the word Liberty, and to the left, In God We Trust. At the bottom is the year, 1984. The reverse side shows the American bald eagle, wings outstretched. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe for more coin history, values, and collecting tips. Drop a comment below. What's your favorite quarter in your collection?